Hello, beautiful people. How you doing? I am melting. It's so freaking hot here today. My girlfriend told me that over the weekend the temperatures should go down, and I really hope that's true because holy alpaca. Bibidi. Hello, Quindley. Hello, Gary. Hello, Zach. Hello, Irregular. Today, on my own stream, I finished this lady. I decided that in order to make the hands look more interesting in the pose she's having, I was gonna make her look like she's casting some blood magic, like she cut her hands open and the blood is flowing out. Hello, Kuro. Hello, Roger. And yeah, that's what we got going. I'm very happy with how she turned out. I'm very, very, very happy with her. I think it's a very elegant paint job, and I am proud of myself for once in my life. So I'm not gonna strip her, I guess. All right, so we are going to be working on this beautiful lady from Reaper, of course. Now, what do you think should the color... Hello, Cara. Should the color of the clothing be? Because we can maybe start working on that a little bit. Also, one thing I'm gonna do before I get into the gritty of things, I'm just gonna give this model a wash with a black, because I've used the gray primer, which is good and all, but unfortunately it makes painting a little bit annoying, as it tends to show up in the areas where you don't want it to show up. So I'm just gonna give it a black wash, and then we can paint over this. Hello, Metal. How you doing, man? Hello, welcome. So freaking hot, dude. Okay. What color, though? What color? You people tell me. What do you think? What do you think should the color be? I'll be depressed, honestly. Don't really know why. Oh, that sucks. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Finished the spooky witch lady. I don't know if you saw her when I showed it a little bit ago, or if you were still joining the stream. But yeah, I finished there, which means Friday I get to work on a beautiful mini that I'm looking forward to. The lady sitting on the rock. That one is gonna be fun. And yeah, that's it. Didn't see. Let me show you. Honestly, I don't know, Metal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well done, Arco. Swapping the guitar strings. Light green and maple yellow. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's so freaking hot. Trying to have the fun facing me a little bit. Is there a particular theme you're going to stay in? No, I don't care. Yellow and burgundy with a splash of white. Hello, that. Burgundy. I like the name. I like the color name. Burgundy. Burgundy. Let's do. Yeah, let's do. Yeah, why not? Let's do a yellow. No, I've been painting too much red lately. I don't wanna paint red. Okay. Okay. First and foremost, I gotta get a shadow, which is gonna be very light because we're painting yellow. Now, most people will shade using orange. The problem that I have with using orange as a color for the shadows of a yellow is that unless the lights are cold, it doesn't make any freaking sense. So I prefer working with a greenish yellow as my shadow color. I should do more Imperial Fists. I should do more Space Marines in general, man. Now, since yellow is a very bright color, at least in my school of thought, which by the way is very much against traditional painting and all things. But anyway, like I believe that if an object is light, its shadows need to also portray that. Sometimes good. Now, obviously, orange is a really nice color to have in the shadows of the yellow because it helps make the yellow feel like it's rich in color. But again, like, in my book, it makes no sense. It does make sense though. I highlight orange with a warm yellow, but the midtone is the orange. I guess you can't have yellow as a midtone and orange as a shadow, as shadows would be too saturated. It's more a matter of temperature than saturation. Your shadows can be sometimes even more saturated than the lights. And it can happen. Like, for example, imagine a blue ball that is being lit by an orangish light. The lights on the blue ball will be very gray and the shadows will be very intense blue. So you can have more saturated shadows than lights. The problem that I have with orange as a shadow to yellow is that it doesn't respect color temperature. Because when you are cooling down a color, it means you are taking it towards blue. So like you have let's say you have a warm light, so you want cold shadows. And the reason why you want cold shadows is because it creates even more contrast than value alone would do. It also, having the correct temperature contrast in your painting, allows you to avoid muddy colors. Colors look muddy and shitty, really, when they are not respecting color temperature between each other. So, you want 90% of the time to have a temperature in light and the opposite of that temperature in shadow. So, warm light, cold shadows, cold lights, warm shadows. Now, if a yellow in shadow is gonna be moving anywhere on the color wheel to become colder, it's not gonna move towards orange, which is arguably warmer than yellow itself. In my opinion, orange is the warmest color. So like, hello Asgard, a yellow object will not turn orange in a cold shadow when green is so much more reasonable as a color to turn into, because green is, after all, part yellow, part blue. So your yellows in shadows should look greener, not orangier, in my opinion. And you can have yellow as a midtone if you do that. And you will see just in a minute, like these shadow color that I'm painting right now doesn't look that good, right? Like as a color on its own, it doesn't look that interesting or beautiful. It's like an ochre. It's some. But it's gonna make sense once we apply an actual yellow on top. No, today we're doing Mietro's oven. I am freaking melting. Uh, 30 something. Okay. All right, we can give her some light and yeah, like the Balrog is in my room. I reckon that if I am correct, which I should be, because I have studied color theory quite a fucking lot, this yellow that I'm gonna be painting on top is gonna look pretty nice on it. Now, I'm not gonna go like canary yellow, because I need enough of a value range to be able to mix even lighter yellows. Although I could go canary yellow, it would just means that the lights would be a bit white. You are very lucky, Snad. I mean, heat for me is a big issue for painting. Hello, Loopy. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. How you doing? You guys are joining us as we are painting a Little Reaper miniature. I am... This is actually not my stream. I am Miniatures Den. I have my own Twitch stream and everything. But every Wednesday I stream for my friends here at Reaper for a couple of hours. And we paint some nice Reaper minis. If you don't follow Loopy, go give him a follow. Okay. All right, so we got a mid-tone. More or less blocked out of all of the areas that I think light would reach. Which means it's time to light it up. Now, to light it up, I could just add white to this color, and that would be fine. Or I can add a stronger yellow. I think I've dropped into your channel a couple of times before. It's always such a pleasure to watch you paint. Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. Let me get a white. All right, so this yellow can go lighter. That's a little bit too light, but it's fine. And we can now push the canary yellow in there. Does saying stronger yellow with an SMR voice like you make it even stronger? Yes, stronger yellow. Stronger yellow. Give me all of your strongest yellow, Daddy. Oh, yes. How strong my yellow is. It's the R rolls that do it for me. Okay. You see, like, changing color like this helps create a more vibrant look to the paint job. Like, the yellow I used before looks like an orange now. But it's not. It was just a warm yellow, or better, a warmer yellow than the one I'm using now, meaning that it looks orangier. Color theory is very freaking interesting and incredibly complex as well. But if you have any questions about color theory or anything else, really, just ask, all right? I'll be happy to answer you if I can. These yellows are gonna look a lot better also once we get rid of the light primer from the rest of the mini. Yellow is one of those colors that needs space to be able to exist properly. So if you have a lot of high values next to it, it always ends up looking a bit weak. Yellow really does its best when it's surrounded by darker values. So yeah, like this is not really a painting issue at the moment. What I'm dealing with is more like just simply like following a sculpt, because the sculpt is very detailed, very well done too. It's not one of those sculpts that have a lot of details that suck. These are actually fun details to work on. Now, with a bit of luck, we can get this lady done this week. I mean, today. I don't know if I can, though. I'll try my best to speed up as much as I can, but we'll see. Because I really want to do the Plague Doctor lady. When was the last time you wore a white outfit with red and blue accents plus yellow pigtails? I had pink pigtails. It was more like a magenta. And I was beautiful. I was beautiful. All right, we can blend these colors together now with the power of BBD. I explain my method of blending in depth on my Patreon. Today, I feel like selling out. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me. But if you want to, you can join my Patreon and learn my secret technique of blending, which is actually very stupid. No, Asgard, I am not painting a dwarf for a very long time. Pew, 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 pew. That diorama was such a massive waste of time. Holy Christ. Hello, Neuro. No, I used to waste time on the dwarf diorama. Spent 50 streams working on that thing and never even managed to finish it. I tried the plastic palette with retarder. 45 minutes, the paints are dead. Oof. That's a big oof. All right, so we have what I would call a mid-tone of light. So we have our mid-zone, which is our transition color for our light and shadow. We have our mid-tone of light. We can now actually build a light. Now, this light is not going to be that much brighter because it is cloth that we're painting, but still. Dude, I need to find a video game to play. Can anybody help me? I need something to do with my free time. Hello, Kai. Baldur's Gate 3. But I don't have the time to sit through billions of dialogue. Is it really that good? I've already played Monster Hunter a lot. Minecraft. Someday, Arkham. And look, it's like, you can show your BBD to people? Wait a second. Now I'm interested. Doing good. Finished the big model witch lady I was working on. Very happy with how she turned out. Okay, so I think we need to work on the loot. Is it a loot? I don't know if it's a loot. Is it a loot? I don't know what colors loot come in usually. The model is very small to do freehanding on. I mean, I could do it, but it's all work. It's such a small as me. Yeah, but what kind of wood? So I don't want the wood to be a reddish color because it's gonna be too similar to the skin tone in terms of color. Like a red wood doesn't look that different in terms of colors to the skin of a black person. It's just that with movies, I don't know, man. I want something that makes me feel active. I mean, I am speed painting, that's true, but I'm still thinking about quality. You know what? Let's go for a yeah, let's go for a like still in the yellows, but towards the grays. Right, that's true, Richard. I wonder if the boot is met. No, it's not metal, is it? No, it doesn't look like metal. Okay. So that would be the shadow. We can give it a light. Hello, MG. How you doing, dude? Thank you for the sub. All right. So next up, we need a black. Gonna make it. Oh wait, Jennifer is back. 1 second, guys. All right, so yeah, we have quite a bunch of metals sneaking around this model. Okay. What's a slider? Sure. Ah, okay, I see. All right. Thank you, Arch. Okay. Man, I'm not used to painting small minis anymore. I need to reacquaint myself with the scale. It's been so long. Okay. I mean, size does matter, yes. Whoever said it doesn't are lying. Mm. Yeah, but there's like a difference between this chick and what I have been painting. Like it's difficult to tell how small the mini is in camera, but this is pretty small. Hey, let's have. Okay, so that's all right. That's all right. We can do the Burgundy. Burgundy is just like a blue red, isn't it? Something like this. Hmm? Hello, gone. Howdy. Okay, let's get some blacks in there. At this point, the objective is just to get rid of the primer as fast as I can so that I can actually see the mini for what it is and its colored interactions. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's gonna be getting belt in there and the little pouch. Okay. Need to get a skin tone in there. Now, funnily enough, I have something close enough to the skin tone that I had going on that I can just use this, I think. It's a bit darker and a bit orangier, but more or less something like this, yeah.
We love the way you paint the little video, yes we do.
Finally, something besides purple or blue. Do I paint a lot of purple and blue? Okay. Thank you. Coming along. Coming along. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'm gonna have a cigarette and then we're gonna be doing the black leathers. Then after that, all we gotta do is the tambourine, the little bracer she's wearing, and a few things that she has hanging around her body, like earrings and stuff. Yeah, I like her. She's a pretty nice puppet. All right. I've been painting aquamarine plus orange or aquamarine plus magenta for the last year or two. I try to keep my colors as varied as I can. As varied as I can. Mostly because I tend to get bored of them. Like, if I paint a model with lots of gold non-metallic, for example, the next mini I will do everything I can to avoid gold non-metallic. Just like I don't know, I get easily bored of color. Yeah, mostly because I'm on this unending quest of understanding color. So I constantly try to switch up my colors to be able to learn them as I go. The eternal quest. But I'm making progresses. Like, I was thinking earlier that, like, this chick here, I don't know how many of you currently watching the stream remember me painting the lady on the chair, and how many times I had to repaint the leg in shadow. And I was thinking, man, I was able to paint the base to look like it's in shadow under a different kind of light source without any problem. And like, this was a kind of difficult this is kind of like a difficult exercise to do with your mind, to change the light source and its value in the middle of a paint job and still make it look coherent. So, you know, like 6 months ago or whenever it was, then I painted the chair lady, I would have gone insane. Hello, War. How you doing? Her hands look like she's making a dwarf there. God damn it. I didn't cut myself. All right. Yeah, boots. Good. Very good. Got the BBD mini finished. And yeah. That's that. Got the big mini finished. Looking forward to Friday. The mini I'm gonna be working on Friday is something I'm really looking forward to. So it's gonna be fun to start it. But yeah, once we get rid of the white that is left on the model, she's gonna look a lot better. Because this gray primer is in the way, so to speak. But let's get the boots done. They have some stuff in them. I think like some bolts in them, which I can paint gold. Also I need to paint. Yeah, I need to paint the. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can finish it today. That'd be nice. Gotta get the belt painted up. I'm also gonna give a very thin wash the strings to kind of pick them off from the rest of the. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, definitely need to prime black and then do a Zenithal. Because this process of elimination and having to go through the freaking thing in the recesses with a black paint is not fun. Not fun at all. That sucks. Why are you on a diet, guy? Hello, Joe. I see. Okay. Can you talk a bit about what is the major difference in the way you paint minis of different scales and sizes? Contrast, texture? Texture plays a big role. The bigger you go, the more textures become important. Because like blending cleanly between colors works nicely on a small scale, but on a bigger scale, you have to also imply the material that you're painting besides just the color that it is. So texture helps a lot. And another thing that I do different when I'm working on a bigger scale is more emphasis on various bounces of light. So here, for example, I just don't have the space to start bouncing lights around and have like reflections of light and stuff like that. But on a bigger mini, I could do that, and I do that. It also depends on the painter though, because like for example, as I get better in painting bigger scale, I do try to bring that into my smaller scale as well as much as I can. So like for example, I will be painting textures on a smaller mini if I can pull it off, and I will try to have like bounce lights and stuff like that if I can pull it off on the smaller scale. So I think that it's good to move up the scales in a way. And what I mean by that is start small just to get your beddings with painting, and then progressively go bigger and try to be better and better and better as you go bigger. But it's also fun to switch between scales a lot and apply some of the things you learn on bigger scale on your smaller scale. Like here on these boots, I am actually doing a texture, although not as refined as I would try to do on a bigger scale, but I'm still trying to pull off a texture on it. Like it doesn't, especially up close, it doesn't look like super refined. But what's important is that it gives the idea of, like, I wanted to give the idea of two things when I paint, and that applies to any scale that I paint. I want to make sure that you are able to understand what is the material that I'm showing in the paint job. So if it's leather, it needs to look like leather. If it's metal, it needs to look like metal, and so on and so forth. And the other thing that I want to show you with my painting whenever I do a detail is what is the color of the light. And I think I pulled it off on that boot there. Like the light is obviously warm. That's because the lights are becoming yellower. Hey. Okay, so there's this thing here on the side. How much is considered a good commission price for a painted mini? It depends on the painter. It's like me asking you, what is a good price for a car? It depends on the car. There is not really an average, man. Every painter paints at a different level of quality and different speeds, different tools. They will charge less or more depending on those things. I don't think you can easily average it out. I'm looking forward to next week's paint job. That's gonna be fun. I'm pretty much gonna be painting a miniature from Reaper in basically the style of Hellboy. Not exactly, but close to that. And I have painted in the style years ago, so it's gonna be interesting to see how much my newfound knowledge is gonna be able to impact the paint job. So that's done. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with the hand, so I'm just gonna give it again another blackish wash. Like, it feels like she has like two rings at once on that hand. A knuckle buster, might be. Yes. Hello, fellow humans. Thank you. That was fun. It was really fun to paint. They're releasing a shit ton of them. Snad. Games Workshop. New Skavens. Yeah. Getting close. Getting close. Doing my job. Getting close. Okay. Okay. She has a gem in her necklace. What color should the gem be? Would you use got her hair? I've never done black hair. A black and then warm grays. I mean, purple could work. Yeah, that's super. Okay. Oof. Man, I'm glad I caught that. Am I glad I caught that? Freaking reflexes of a cat. Will I ever use a good brush ever again that doesn't lose its tip? We'll find out. Okay, so the non-metallic at the bottom there, we can take it into colder grays. No, dude, these brushes just... For fuck's sake. It was a hair longer than the others. Yeah, more or less. All right, the tambourine. So the tambourine, I like the word tambourine. The tambourine is also more or less a yellow at the end of the day. Tambourine. The tambourine. We can make it lighter. Bit of yellow to offset everything, but tambourine. Freaking faster than light stippling. Very good. More white. Okay, that tambourine has been tambourined. It has been successfully tambourined. boy, do I regret priming the model white. Okay, so that's done. I like it. The next up, the ground. Yay, textures. Thank you, MG. I'll fix it. Exactly. It's very important. Tambour. All right, very good. Very good, very good. Okay, my little tambourines, we're done. Hello, Polly. We are done. She is finished. Look how small she is. Look how small she is. She is very small. She's less than an inch. So small. But I like it. I'm happy with that. So my dudes, she can go with the other minis that I've finished. Might add her, like when I paint Reaper minis, I tend to add those models kind of randomly to the commissions that I ship as a gift. Well, next mini is next mini is this lady painted to look like she is from Darkest Dungeon, the video game. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So, my friends, it's been a pleasure. If you want to, you can join me on my own Twitch stream Friday, where I will be starting a beautiful, beautiful model. Or we'll see each other next week on this stream, working on the Plague Doctor. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your company. Be good, okay? See you later.